Bet you didn't see this.
How fast is the world about to turn upside down?
Yes, so I would say that
You guys all know who these guys are. Keep watching.
I think the thing that most distinguishes AI from previous technological revolutions is exactly the speed at which it's happening. So I've been in the field for 10 years. I've been watching that curve for 10 years, and me and my co-founders at Anthropic were among the first to document what we call the scaling laws, with the observation that as you pour more compute into these models with small changes in the algorithms according to which they're developed, they improve very fast on cognitive abilities. And so exponentials kind of start slow and very quickly pick up speed. And I think we're actually, I've become probably in the last 3 to 6 months more confident that we really are heading towards AI systems that are better than almost all humans at almost all tasks.
So ever since I started talking about two different things, the conflict in the Middle East and AI, something really, really interesting has happened. And that is, I have been attacked more by what people would consider, quote unquote, my people, than ever before. And it's really interesting because the two things have one very big thing in common. And that thing is that it directly affects their spiritual understanding. And it's funny because people are saying, oh, that's blasphemy. First of all, I'm not a prophet. I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm not trying to predict anything. At the end of the day, I always say I'm a conspiracy theorist for a reason. They're theories, okay? They're theories and they're opinions. But the reality is that those theories and those opinions are being formulated by me based off of information that I'm getting that a lot of you are not. One example of that is what I just posted. Okay, here are the people who we all know believe in this true new world order, this Agenda 2030, this whole create a smart world with smart people. They believe in depopulation, a lot of them do. They are straight up saying that humans are not going to be necessary when AI gets to the point that it is getting to.
With models starting to be as good as PhD students in areas like math and programming and biology, it is my guess that by 2026 or 2027, we will have AI systems that are broadly better than almost all humans at almost all things. Better than almost all humans at almost all things.
Okay, here's another clip. Watch this.
Within 1 year, you will have graduate level mathematicians that are at the tippy top of graduate math programs. So that's 1 year, okay? What happens in 2 years? Well, I've just told you about reasoning, and I've told you about programming, and I've told you about math. Programming plus math are the basis of sort of our whole digital world. So the evidence and the claims from the research groups in OpenAI and Anthropic and so forth is that they're now somewhere around 10 or 20% of the code that they're developing in their research programs is being generated by the computer. That's called recursive self-improvement, is the technical term. So what happens when this thing starts to scale? Well, a lot. One way to say this is that within 3 to 5 years, we'll have what is called general intelligence, AGI, which can be defined as a system that is as smart as the smartest mathematician, physicist, artist, writer, thinker, politician. What happens when every single one of us has the equivalent of the smartest human on every problem in our pocket?
Okay, so to everybody that's attacking me and saying, "Oh, this is blasphemy and this is so wrong and blah blah blah," it's like, dude. We are on the cusp of an absolutely world-changing technology. This is the internet and what cell phones became times 100. This is literally, watch what these people are saying about just jobs in general.
Things that annoys me most about people who work on AI is when they stand up and with a straight face say, oh, this will never cause any job elimination. Yeah. Like, this is going to eliminate a lot of current jobs.
It's kind of deeply unfair that, a group of people can build AI and just take everyone's jobs away. And in some sense, there's nothing you can do to stop them right now.
I've tried to do a few different back of the envelopes about how much this could be. I think this is something on the order of 70 to 80% of existing human jobs.
Okay, what do you think happens when jobs are replaced? What do you think happens when human beings who had jobs no longer have those jobs? What happens? Well, we either as society figure out how to get them involved, which ultimately, what does that mean? They're working for the robots? They're working for AI? Is it another, like, is this a whole other role of civilization? Or is it the worst case scenario, which is now they're dependent on the government that controls AI and has all the power and all the knowledge and all the jobs. And now human beings are dependent on the government that is ultimately wielding this power. Now you have these tech lords that control this power, this ultimate power. Man, I got fried. I don't know, man. Do you know? Because I don't. All I'm saying is this is what it looks like. It sure looks like humans are about to be replaced. If there was ever a time that you believe in depopulation theory or replacement theory, this is it. I'll tell you what though, I honestly don't look at this any different than I did when I was speaking out in 2020 and many people did not want to listen to me. So many of my friends and family completely just basically like wrote me off because I was the crazy person. There's no way that this George Floyd thing is being used to usher in the next agenda. There's no way that the BLM riots are orchestrated. And there's no way that they're going to use COVID to control us. There's no way that this virus is fake. There's no way that it's a weapon. There's no way that this is being used by the Democrats to rig elections. Blah, 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 blah. Literally everything. Everything was thrown at me. Guess what? They were wrong and I was right. And you know, that's okay. Like, it comes with doing this. I've lost a lot of followers over the last few weeks because of the things that I'm talking about. And you know what? It is what it is. I believe in sharing truth and bringing awareness to serious issues, not just focusing on the bull political things. This is woke and this is woke or just absolutely meaningless things that everybody gets so worked up and so excited about. And it's like, okay, cool. But just remember, just like in 2020, I guarantee you all those people are going to come back because they're going to say, I remember Ian said this. Because I have said for a while now, give it 3 to 5 years tops. And I'm telling you, the world is going to look like a completely different place. We are absolutely going to have robots. We are absolutely going to be able to, quote unquote, defy God's laws. We are absolutely going to be in a place where people have truly succumbed and given themselves up to instant gratification, entitlement, apathy, and the human experience is going to be radically altered to a point where I believe it is going to set in motion everything that we as Christians believe is coming. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm right about this. I don't know. I'm saying exactly what I said back in 2020. This is what I believe. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's exactly what's going to happen. But man, it sure looks like it. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But based on everything these people are saying, it's sure not looking like that, guys. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. And by the way, I'm not trying to create any fear. I'm not selling you anything. There isn't some like medication or prep bag listed at the end of this video. Like, I sell my gear. That's not going to save you in a freaking apocalypse and in an AI apocalypse. This is not meant to instill fear. It's meant to bring awareness to a serious issue. It's something that is coming no matter what. And again, I'm not saying that you're the devil if you're using ChatGPT or if you're out there trying to figure out AI. Hell, I am. Because I'll tell you what, I absolutely don't want to be replaced. And, you know, that's kind of why I'm saying, ultimately, I believe that this is what people will consider, if you're religious, this is what people will consider that Antichrist, right? The all-powerful, all-knowing entity that is going to defy or try to defy the laws of God. You're replacing humans. You're ultimately eliminating free agency. And this is what I have been saying from the very beginning. I believe that the ultimate goal of Satan, of the adversary, is to not only eliminate free agency from human beings, from God's children, but to make us do it ourselves. Sure looks like that's what AI is to me. But hey, I am just a conspiracy theorist.